Long before the Snyderverse and the Arrowverse or the multiverse, there was Superman, the movie. In 1978, director Richard Donner gave us a superhero film that didn't just leap tall buildings, it changed the way that we see heroes on the screen forever. Welcome to The Last Son of Krypton, my video retrospective leading up to the new Superman 2025 film directed by James Gunn. In this episode, we're kicking things off with the very original, the movie that made us believe a man could fly. It all starts with a planet dying. Krypton is cold and sterile, and it's doomed. And only one man dares to speak the truth, Jor-El, played by gravitas and godlike presence, Marlon Brando. He sends his son, Kal-El, to Earth, and right away you realize this story isn't just about action, it's a myth, a space-age Moses tale, a Messiah origins, and laser crystals and Shakespearean gravitas. The scenes on Krypton might be slow for modern audiences, but back in '78, this was the most ambitious sci-fi setup for a superhero film ever. It felt cosmic, operatic, and it made Superman feel destined. When Clark Kent lands on Earth, the story shifts to Kansas, and this is where the film really earns its heart. Young Clark wants to show off, to run faster than trains, to kick footballs into orbit, but Pa Kent reminds him that he was sent here for a reason, that restraint and humility are strengths, not weaknesses. Glenn Ford's performance as Pa Kent is subtle, it's heartfelt and devastating. His quiet death hits hard, not because it's flashy, but because it's powerless. This scene sets the emotional tone for the rest of the film, because by the time Clark heads to the Fortress of Solitude to discover who he is, we feel his loneliness and purpose. And when he finally puts on the suit, you're not cheering because he looks cool, you're cheering because it means something. Now we enter Christopher Reeve. Not just as Superman, but as Clark Kent, the bumbling, kind of charming goofball with a hidden core of steel. Reeve's dual performance is nothing short of magic, the way he switches from slouching, awkward Clark to commanding, confident Superman with just a posture change and voice drop. It's acting perfection. Margot Kidder's Lois Lane is bold, funny, and fast-talking. Perfect match, if you would. And yes, the rooftop flying scene is cheesy, it's dated, but it's also pure romantic and sincere. The kind of scene superhero movies don't really dare do anymore.
How old are you?
Over 21.
Oh, I get it. You don't want anyone to know how old. Okay. And how big are you? How tall are you?
Metropolis becomes a stage for Superman to be more than just strong, makes him a symbol. Saving helicopters, smiling at pedestrians, talking to cats and trees, and the people believe in him because he believes in them. Now let's talk the villains. Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor, not exactly the cold, calculating genius for modern comics, he's more comedic here. A real estate mogul with a nuclear plan and a flair for the dramatic. It's campy, sure, but Otis is cartoonish. Miss Tessmacher has soap opera energy, but the film's tone allows for these things. It knows that it's playing in a larger-than-life space. This is a comic book storytelling at its most theatrical. But when Luthor's plot kicks off, launching two nukes, one headed to Hackensack, New Jersey, the stakes feel real, and Superman's race against time shows us that even he has limits. And with that, let's talk about that ending, because Superman turns back time literally. It's divisive, it's scientifically nonsense, but emotionally it fits. Superman isn't about science, he's about hope. He's the guy who'll save everyone, even if it means to bend time itself. And when he screams in grief after failing to save Lois, it's raw for once. The perfect man breaks, and that moment makes the rewind feel earned, because it's about love and desperation. John Williams' score deserves its own praises here, because that opening fanfare is legendary, and it gives you chills. The love theme, the Krypton motif, the rising chords when Superman flies, it's iconic. Without his music, the film wouldn't soar in the same ways. Superman the movie is old school, it's idealistic, and at times it's a little corny. but it's also a cinematic triumph because Richard Donner directed it like a fairy tale for adults. It's hopeful, it's sincere, good-hearted, and in a world of anti-heroes, edgy reboots, and gray morality, this movie reminds us that Superman's greatest power isn't flight or strength, it's his belief in humanity. There are some minor pacing issues here, but aside from that, it's still one of the most important superhero films ever made, not just because it came first, but because it came from the heart. And with that, that is the first episode of The Last Son of Krypton. Next up, we will get deeper into Donner's vision with Superman 2, where things get more intense, more emotional, and more Zod. So don't forget to like, comment with your favorite moment from the Superman movie, and subscribe so you don't miss the next flight. And with that, you'll believe a man can fly again.
Going down.